Hello my lovelies, and welcome back to Allotment of the Dead. And it's time to, I guess, tidy these polytunnels a little bit more, cut back some of the chilies, harvest what I've got, and try and overwinter some of them. In fact, what I'm going to do is cut them all back and see what, if anything, comes up next year. I think some of them are kind of past their best already, and I'm probably going to have to take them out, but there's some that will last a little bit longer. Let me show you as to what's going on now. Okay, so into the grey polytunnel. I'm still calling it the grey one because this is the one that ended up being covered in soot. You can see a lot of the plants are looking yellowed. A lot of them are looking past their best now, way past their best, some of them. And what we're going to try and do is, as an example, harvest all of the chilies we've got here. So these are the Bishop's Crown variety, and as I say, we've got quite a few still growing, but not really doing very well now. I think these ones here, we're starting to get a bit of mold on the actual plant. Now, I don't think that's blight. I think it's just that the moisture's got in now, because it's kind of late in the season. You get that kind of winter cold and wet kind of comes in, and you kind of have to, I guess, cut your losses, cut back the plants as best you can, just to make sure that you're not really exhibiting more kind of pressure and damage to those plants. And then hopefully some of these we can overwinter. But as I say, we are at the stage now where we're going to need to do a lot of cutting back and renovating. Right, we'll start and give that a go. Okay, I'll show you what the result is after I've finished, and we'll see if we've got anything left. I think there will be a few. I think there's going to be some plants I'm going to leave intact. Some of them still growing really well, quite green still. I know that probably next week that the frosts are going to start kicking in, and we're going to end up with a bit of trouble. Also, the hanging baskets, we've got some browning and stuff like that. You know, the leaves are falling off. Again, you'd expect that in this cold weather. So what we'll do again is try and get these close to ground level. I don't want them up this high because it's going to be a lot colder here probably. That kind of chill factor in this air is going to be more than if they're on the floor, and then maybe cover them with a bit of fleece and things like that as well. Just try and conserve them for next year. I'd rather not buy another lot of pelargoniums. I've replaced them this year, so I don't want to do that again if I can. I want to try and keep them over that winter period. Right, I will show you what the polytunnels are looking like after I've finished. Hopefully there'll be something left. Okay, so there's been a few days gone by since I last did some work in the polytunnel. I thought I was going to finish that one polytunnel in terms of, I guess, scorch earth, cutting everything back. But things kind of progressed differently, and I didn't get a great deal of time. But I've come down again tonight, and it's getting dark now, unfortunately, so I've got a light with me. I'll show you where I am with things now, and yeah, I think it's going to be quite a long winter to see if any of these chilies will overwinter. I've cut them back. Some of them I'm going to need to cut them back a bit more, but some I've cut back to kind of stems, and we'll see kind of what happens from there. I've got seeds and things for next year, so it could be that I plan to load more plants next year and replace all of the ones that are here. But I'm going to give these a fighting chance to see if they'll overwinter. Maybe they will. Let me show you. Okay, oh, it's better in the dark. A bit of a weird one. So the sweet peppers, I've left them a bit longer, and some of the ones here as well. I'm going to cut them back a little bit further, and we'll see kind of whether they'll last over that winter period. The space chilies, I've cut them back quite heavily. I think there's been some new growth on them already, which is quite surprising. and the ones in the corner here. So this one here is the ricotta pepper. You can see this absolutely gorgeous fruit still growing on it. So I'm going to leave that one in place. The thing about pubescens varieties of chili is that they can withstand a little bit of cold. So I'm going to leave this for as long as I can and see what happens. Again, I'm going to try and cut it back before the end of the year. Oh, well, start of November, we're already into November. Normally we've had our first frost by now. But surprisingly enough, things are still alive. And then we've got some here which are still putting out flowers. So I'm going to leave those as well. And again, see what we get from them, if anything. The ones in the corner here, the bubblegum, I've still got some chilies kicking around on them, so let me have a look. So yeah, the bubblegum varieties of chili, still some there in the corner, so we'll try that. And the reaper plant, I've still got reapers growing on here. I'm going to need to probably chop this back before the end of this season again, but again, I'll leave it for a bit longer. The rest of them, I've gone a little bit scorched earth, so I've cut them back to stems, hopefully, so these like V-like stems, hopefully there'll be some growth on them into the new season. It's starting to get cold now, so that dormancy hopefully should happen. The three in the chili grow pots, so we've got the unknown variety that I've cut back, and the two dragon's breath chilies that again I've cut back. Who knows, they might be okay. And again, we're into the kind of the flame chilies and the got a tomato there. That was a self-seeded tomato. I've left them because I don't know what variety that is. It's looking a bit of a knackered plant, but yeah, we'll see what it is. But yeah, everything else except for these really tiny variety chilies, which I'm going to have to harvest at some point. They're tiny little chilies, the demon red Thai chilies. So we'll cut those back and we'll harvest what we can off them. But I have pretty much harvested almost everything. There's a few poinsettia over the back there, but I've nearly harvested everything, at least in this polytunnel. So it's looking a bit sparse now. Lots of sticks around, but not much plants on them now. But I've managed to harvest quite a few kilograms of chilies off these, and we're going to be doing stuff with them over the next few weeks, and we'll see how that goes. Let me just show you the other one as well. So the other tunnel I haven't even looked at yet. So these, again, loads of chilies in here to harvest still. Absolutely gorgeous looking things, gnarly looking kind of things as well. We've got some over the back here as well. So we've got a mixture of I guess they're devil's tongue and mamas in the corner over there. I think that one is actually a bloody wonderberry again. And things have self-seeded and gone mad this year. And I've got a load over here as well. So they are all intermingling, all growing together. And I'm going to have to get in here and harvest what I can. And again, start cutting back over here as well. Because as I say, this weather is not going to last for long. It's going to get really cold, probably very, very soon. And yeah, we'll have to see what we can make survive. All right, let me just switch you around. Okay, so yeah, plenty to do in the polytunnels. I've still got digging to do outside. Everything's been a bit kind of stalled at the moment. We found out my wife's sister died some while back. We hadn't been in contact with her for a while, and we've just found out she'd unfortunately passed away. So there'll be some kind of funerals and things happening coming up. It's been a difficult few days, but you know, onwards and upwards, as they say. We'll try and do what we can do and see what happens. Right, thanks guys for tuning in. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded something. I'm going to probably try and make some of the ferments, these sauces, over the next few days, so we can upload some of those things as well. We'll see how it goes. Thanks very much, guys. All the best. Take care. Bye bye.